Ladies and gentlemen, under the baton of John R. Hill, we proudly present the Lima Area Concert Band. Lima Area Concert Band and Mr. John Hill. Well, a very good evening, mine dominant, mine hair. Welcome to the Cabaret. I'm Mike Mullen, your host for this very extraordinary evening of musical entertainment. Our opening number was Norman Layden's arrangement of selections from Cabaret, as you all figured out by now. Originally produced on Broadway in 1966, Cabaret became such a hit that it inspired numerous revivals in both London and New York, as well as, of course, the famous 1972 film starring Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey. As most of you are aware, the Lima Area Concert Band is a 70-member, non-profit, adult volunteer musical organization made up of some of the finest musicians in the state of Ohio. These members, yes, please. These members donate hours of time and energy to provide quality band music for audiences throughout the summer. Tonight we get to show off some of our wonderful music and talent with a variety of sensational solo and ensemble performances. The first of these exciting ensembles to perform is our outstanding clarinet section. Under the leadership of Marilyn Roth-Basinger, we now present Sorcerer's Apprentice, written by Paul Dukas. Is one of the most prolific and entertaining composers of the entire 20th century. In 1951, he composed Blue Tango. It was an instrumental composition written for orchestra. It was later turned into a popular song with lyrics by Mitchell Parrish. Numerous artists have since covered it, with Leroy Anderson's own version reaching #1 on the Billboard chart way back in 1952. Now that all the clarinets are back in place, here is James Ployhar's arrangement of Blue Tango. switch things up just a little bit. When's the last time you've heard a rock tune played by two flutes? Well, tonight's the night. One of our many fabulous flautists, Laura Dearmeyer, brings us our next upbeat selection as she performs along with Aaron Grimm in James Hosey's, got it? Flaunted. Whenever you're ready, ladies. ladies. You're the only people in the entire world that have ever heard that arrangement. You know. And speaking of being the only people in the world to hear something, I have to digress a bit. In the entire long history of the Lima Area Concert Band, I trust that there has never been a piano played with the band. That great trend will continue tonight. When we started talking about the Cabaret, and John Hill and I started talking, I said, you know, John, I've been given a modicum of musical talent, but it has absolutely nothing to do with any horn instrument or any instrument that you blow in. In fact, the only thing that I have ever blown into in my entire life, where the outcome of the blowing actually achieved the intent for which the thing I was holding was put there for, was a balloon. I've given it a try a couple of times on a sax and a flute and whatnot. It did not work at all. But when I was growing up in Silver Spring, Maryland, my father, who had been classically trained in piano, decided that as a 6-year-old I was marching off to piano lessons because, by golly, I was going to follow in his footsteps. So I dutifully marched off, and for about 3 weeks I actually went to the lessons. Then I decided baseball with my neighborhood buddies was a whole lot more fun, and I decided that was it for me with piano lessons. So technically I have had a piano lesson, but basically I can't read a note of music. If you put sheet music in front of me, I would have no idea what to play or how to play it. But when I was about 9 or 10, we had a birthday in the family, and I sat down and I started to pick out the melody note for Happy Birthday. And I actually did it in a fairly short amount of time. And my dad said to me, Mike, if you can do that, if you can hear that song and you can play the melody note, you can teach yourself how to play the piano. Because you can hear whether it's right or wrong. So about 70 years after that experience, here we are tonight. When I first saw the Broadway musical Phantom of the Opera, I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was the best musical ever put out. And so what I did is I went out and I bought the cassette tape to Phantom of the Opera. And over the next several years, I taught myself to play a little bit of it. So tonight, I hope you will enjoy a medley from Phantom of the Opera. You were in radio for 40 years, never move the mic in front of the speaker. Well, thank you very much. I enjoyed that. Thank you, band, for helping that. And we are now going to move along with presenting one of our many fine soloists, woodwind specialist, Mr. Charles Decker. Charles is a native of Ottawa, Ohio. He is a 22-year veteran of U.S. Army bands, during which time he received the Bronze Star for actions during Operation Desert Storm. Throughout his career, Mr. Decker has performed for 3 presidents, as well as working with both Bob Hope and Dean Martin, among other stars. Tonight he entertains us with a beautiful and sensual rendition of Astor Piazzolla's Oblivion. Please welcome Mr. Charles Decker. Last year, the Lima Area Concert Band and the Lima Symphony Orchestra lost a longtime valued member of our percussion sections. Jim Lima was the leader of both our percussion sections for many years, as well as a music instructor to hundreds of young percussionists throughout the Lima area. He will continue to be greatly missed for many, many years to come. Now we are kindly asking, the entire Larry Area Concert Band and the Lima Symphony Orchestra, are asking our supporters for donations to a new timpani fund as a way of honoring Jim Lehman's contribution to our organizations and to replace our aging timpani with a new set. The Lima Area Concert Band and the Lima Symphony Orchestra are both 501c3 organizations, and all gifts are tax deductible. If you'd like to donate to this fund, we do have a donation table. It's located right under the clock on the back wall as you leave the auditorium tonight. Gentleman there waving his hand, okay? And you can drop a donation of cash there, or you can go online to our sponsorship page at limaareaconcertband.org for details. And as a side note, if you drop by the donation table, there are also best of the Lima Area Concert Band CDs available tonight for a modest donation of $20 or more. So you can take one for 20, but you can also take one for 50 or 100 if you feel so inclined. You can get the same CD. Well, it has been said that music transcends the ages, and tonight we have evidence that this is indeed true. The father of the group, David Harris, and the son, Benton Harris, are going to join together to show their love of music in the form of playing the tuba. They're going to perform 3 short duets: Pirate Song, Each Day I Love to Play My Tuba, and Running Music. Please welcome David and Benton Harris. love to play their tuba. As we close the first half of tonight's cabaret, we would like to extend our sincere thanks to Nutrien and the Kewpie Hamburgers for sponsoring tonight's program and for the support that they have provided our group. We are indeed grateful for the assistance they give. We also acknowledge the contributions of the Ohio Arts Council to the success of the Lima Area Concert Band. Thank you all. We conclude the first half now with Glenn Osser's Begin for Band. if you have run out of popcorn, which was donated kindly tonight by Regal Cinemas here in Lima, take your little tray over, they can refill your popcorn, and we'll see you back in about 10 to 15 minutes.
That number was Henry Fillmore's Military Escort March. It was published in 1923 under the pseudonym Harold Bennett. Fillmore's march has been called the easiest march he wrote and also one of the best. Whichever, it was a great way to start the second half of our program tonight. And now, the Lima Area Concert Band's flute choir is preparing to perform. This group is the only group which has appeared in every one of the Cabaret concerts that has been presented by the concert band over many, many years. Let's give them a round of applause. Lucy Alstetter is the leader, and here is the flute group with a swinging safari. Philharmonic Concert Band. I don't know how savvy you folks really are about music, but you may have noticed right before that number, this group of very talented musicians performed an ancient Chinese custom. Tuning. Oh, come on, you can perform better than that. All right, now we turn things over to our assistant, easy for me to say, our assistant conductor, Marilyn Roth Basinger. She's going to be conducting an arrangement of music from one of the great pop groups of all time, with a Paul Murtha arrangement of the best of Journey. It includes selections Don't Stop Believin', Separate Ways, Open Arms, and Any Way You Want. Here, folks, is the music from Journey. Our wonderful vocalist tonight is Cassie Wilson, who's also a member of the fabulous French horn section of the band. Cassie has vocal performance degrees from Bowling Green State University, Ohio University School of Music, and Capital University School of Music. She has performed with the Toledo Opera, the Bowling Green Opera, and the Ohio University Opera organizations. She has also performed in many theatrical shows. With conductor Marilyn Roth-Basinger performing Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans, a tune first performed by Louis Armstrong and Billie Holiday in the 1947 movie New Orleans. Let's welcome Cassie Wilson. Alrighty, we're going to do a little something different now. A rather unusual group getting ready to perform. When you think of a quintet in music, it's usually made up of either brass or woodwind instruments. But tonight, we have a rather mixed group that actually came about while riding in a carpool to band practice. The four ladies in this group migrate from the St. Mary's Wapak area up here for band practice. And then, Tim Preeser, who's on the fresh horn, decided he would like to join. So, Mary Shum on the oboe, Sue Bax on the flute, Beth Fair on clarinet, Becky Anderson on the trombone, and Tim Preeser are now officially known, and from tonight on will go viral as Carpool Plus One. And here is their version of the Pennsylvania polka. Why this cabaret is so much fun. You get to hear the individual talents of these great band musicians, and Carpool Plus One is going to go off the charts. All right, while we reset, we want to take a moment to thank some people who have been helping us out both tonight and throughout the season. Our volunteer ticket folks are Melinda King, Linda and Jean Kraft, and Chuck Oatman, along with our terrific ticket supervisor, Nancy Gessler. Let's give them a round of applause. Tonight we've also had a great support team here at the Civic Center. Connie Williams, Mackenzie Onan, and Dick McCarty helped with all the drinks and the goodies tonight. Thanks to them. Again, thanks to the Regal Cinema that donated all the popcorn for tonight. And now, our terrific trombone section will take the stage, performing Henry Fillmore's classic tune, Lassus Trombone. The Magnificent Seven, ladies and gentlemen. time tonight, but we want to remind you that we've got 2 more performances left here in the 2023 season. One of them will be tomorrow night, actually, down in Wapakoneta, as we wrap up the Moving Festival week. It'll be a 7 o'clock performance. It'll only last an hour. There'll be no intermission. So 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's all free tomorrow night at the Wapakoneta High School Performance Hall. If you're not sure where that is, you just find Wapakoneta High School and go around back. You'll find the Performance Hall. And that's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And then on Saturday night, September 9th, our final concert of the year here in Cross Hall. That'll be 7:30, and it'll feature the music of Disney, along with tubo soloist Jason Smith. It'll be a great evening of concert band music to wrap up our 2023 season. Now we're going to continue with Saxtet, our sensational saxophone section made up of Nate Higgins, Alicia Carpenter, Isaiah Wolfert, John Hartman, Jeremy Walker, and Ken Shearer. Here is Saxtet with Sailor's Hornpipe. I want to remind everybody again of the donation opportunities. We have CDs at our donation table. If you're leaving tonight and would like to get a CD, perhaps as a gift for somebody or for yourself, put pop it in your car when you're out on the road and listen to the concert band going back and forth. We would appreciate that. $20 donation minimum, but if you'd like to give a little bit more, it'll all go to the Jim Lehman Tiffany Fund, which we're trying to get money together for to replace that poor concert band. Now on to the 1978 movie Grease that gave us many uplifting tunes with such stars as John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Tonight we relive some of those memorable songs from the Ted Ricketts arrangement called Selections from Grease, including such toe-tapping favorites as Here We Go Together, Hand Jive, Grease Lightning. Now, the music from Grease. really kind of brings back a memory to me. Many of you may know, or some of you may not, but I am not a Lima native. I came to Lima 50 years and 3 months ago, April of 1973. And I remember that there was a store on the east side of Lima that sold shoes. And it was called John Newton's. And I used to think when the movie Grease came out and Olivia Newton-John was such a big deal, I thought, wouldn't it be neat if Olivia Newton-John married John Newton? She'd be Olivia Newton-John Newton. She went on to much bigger things than selling shoes, that's for sure. Well, folks, it's about time to bring the evening to a close. We've had great fun tonight. We thank this wonderful crowd for showing up and being so attentive. And we'd like again to acknowledge and thank our sponsors for tonight's program. Let's have a round of applause for Nutrien Kewpie Hamburgers and the Ohio Arts Council. Thank you. They underwrite much of the cost of this program, and they also, of course, help this band continue to bring live community band music to Northwest Ohio. We appreciate all of their support. I mentioned the CDs again. If you'd like one, you can get one on your way out. But we're going to conclude our show now with Cassie Wilson and Marilyn Roth Basinger performing God Bless America, and that'll be followed by, as always, our national march. John Philip Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever.
As the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us all be grateful for a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair.
Thank you all for coming, folks. Please drive safely to your home. Don't forget our final concert, Saturday, September 9th in the Krause Hall, 7:30, featuring the music of Disney. God bless.